Hello friends, how are you all? Myself Dr. Veena Sakadandi here with new topic from Foundation of Nursing, and today we will be discussing about the nursing foundation and how nursing process can be studied in the subject Foundation of Nursing. So this topic we are going to see for all students like first year, second year, third year, all students can practice this nursing process, can apply for the any clinical assignment, and they need to study all the steps of nursing process. So let us start with the topic nursing process. So what do you understand with the word nursing process? Nursing process, it is something related to nursing care. It is something related to nursing care, or what step we are going to follow for giving the care to the patient. So first we will see definition of nursing process. What do you understand with nursing process? So it is a organized framework. So it is a systematic organized framework which will help us to practice the nursing care or nursing practice. So first there will be an assessment, assessing the patient, subjective data, objective data, which we are going to see later. Then nursing diagnosis, how to formulate nursing diagnosis, what is the criteria for formulating the nursing diagnosis, and what are the types of nursing diagnosis, we will see that also. Then what is EOC, expected outcome, or it is called as a desired outcome. Planning, how we can plan the care according to patient's problem and how we can implement the care plan. And then evaluation of the care. So we are going to see nursing process in depth in few sessions. So this is about the nursing process definition, that is, it is a organized framework for practicing of nursing assessment, nursing diagnosis, outcome identification or desired outcome, and planning, implementation and evaluation. Next we will see second definition, which is given in the textbook. So what is definition of nursing process according to few textbook? So it is nurses deliver the care not only to the families, communities, but the individual also, and it is supported by some nursing theories, or it is supported by some theoretical part in the nursing. And the nursing process was originally adopted by the problem solving technique. So initially how it is initiated, nursing process by different nursing theorists, there was a problem solving concept. So because of this problem solving concept, they followed some steps and then it is modified into nursing process. Next is what are the purposes? What are the purposes of nursing process? Why there is a need of nursing process, or what are the purposes of nursing process? So first is to identify the client's health status, his or actual or present or potential possible health problem or need. So identification of the health status of the individual or patient or the client whenever patient is admitted in the hospital. What is actual or present problem of the patient? Like for example, patient is having fever. If you check the temperature and patient is having fever, so you identify patient is having fever. So it is the actual or present problem of the patient. Next, you identify potential problem or the possible problem, like patient has some risk of developing infection or patient is at risk of fall down. So we need to identify the possible problems or possible risk factors, we can say. So it is actual or present problem we need to identify, or potential problem or possible problem. That is the first purpose. Then second, to establish the plan of care and meet identified need. So establish the plan of care to find out what is the need of the patient, what are the problems of the patient, and accordingly we need to plan the care for the patient to meet the need of the patient and early recovery of the patient. There is a second purpose of nursing process. Next purpose we will see, to provide nursing intervention to meet those needs. As we have taken the information like subjective data, objective data, we identified the problem of the patient, and then we can identify some needs of the patient. What is the requirement of the patient according to problem? What care we should provide to the patient? So we need to plan some intervention. We need to plan some nursing intervention procedures to meet the need of the patient according to priority. The next is to provide an individualized, holistic, effective and efficient nursing care. So this is very mandatory, or this is very necessary, that patient should have a, we should have a holistic approach when you are caring the patient, and we should be a very efficient or effective while caring the care. If we don't plan the care to the patient, we don't identify the need of the patient, so it is very difficult to give the care to the patient. So we need to identify need and we should provide the effective care to the patient. So these are the purposes of nursing process. Next we will see characteristics of nursing process. What are the characteristics of the nursing process? How we can define characteristics of the nursing process. So first is it is a cyclic and dynamic. So nursing process is always cyclic and dynamic. Why it is called cyclic? So there will be a different steps, like there will be assessment, there will be a formulation of nursing diagnosis, there will be a expected outcome, there will be a planning of care, implementation of care, evaluation, and if the patient doesn't get relief of that symptom, again we need to start with the assessment. So it is a cyclic and dynamic. It is a goal directed and client centered. It is said that it is a goal directed care or it is a client centered care. So always we need to give priority to the patient or client. So always we need to find out need of the particular patient, and accordingly care will be differ from patient to patient. So it is a goal directed and client centered care. Third characteristics, it is a interpersonal and collaborative. It is always interpersonal and collaborative care. That means maintaining the IPR with the patient or maintaining the communication within the team member and providing the care. Collaboration with the, if we want to do the lab investigation, physiotherapy, dietitian. So it is a collaborative and interpersonal. It's one of the important characteristics of the nursing process. Universally applicable. Why it is said universally applicable? Because this nursing process is applied all over the world. Wherever you go in any hospital, any area, any country, the nurses follow this same nursing process because it is given by the nursing therapists, expert in the nursing field. So it is universally applicable and it is systematic. It is very systematic. It has a different scientific principle and different steps. So these are the some of the characteristics of nursing process, that is cyclic and dynamic, goal directed and client centered, interpersonal and collaborative, universally applicable and systematic. So next we will see different steps of nursing process. So what are the different steps of process? First is a assessment, then nursing diagnosis, then expected outcome, then planning, implementation, rationale and evaluation. So these are the some of the steps of nursing process. So we'll see one by one. So we can see this is the steps of nursing process. First is the assessment, which is important step. Second is diagnosis, nursing diagnosis. Then next is a expected outcome. Then next is a planning of the care. Then implementation of care, whatever care is planned, implementation of this care. Then evaluation of care, and if the objective doesn't meet, patient don't have any positive improvements, then again reassessment. And if patient is having, we need to check the whether patient is having the effect of care. So again assessment we can have. Next we will see what is assessment. So what do you understand with the assessment? It is said nursing assessment. So nursing assessment, what is a nursing assessment here? It is a nursing assessment is gathering of the information or verifying the information of the patient's data, or it is nursing assessment definition says that it is a gathering, verifying and communicating data about the patient. So what we are going to gather, what we are going to collect the information of the patient. So that is related to health, related to socio-economic information, related to problem of the patient, health issues of the patient. So assessment, it is a nursing assessment basically. Next, assessment we can see here. Assessment is a observation of the how we can collect the information or how we can assess and collect the information. Like here first is the observation of the patient. Observation, that is head to toe observation, and we are going to have the specific observation when patient is suffering from any like abdominal pain. If there is any skin rashes, there is any discoloration, we need to observe the patient. Then interview of the patient, we are going to talk with the patient, maintain the communication with the patient. That is interview, that is talking with the patient, communication with the patient and collecting information. So interview of the patient. Then family, we can collect information from the family also, from the relatives also. If patient is semi-conscious or unconscious, or we need to talk with the patient's relative, we can collect information from the relatives, friends. Then examination of the patient. So examination, when we talk about the examination of the patient, head to toe examination, and then we go for specific examination like cardiovascular examination, respiratory examination, like assessing the respiration of the patient, chest expansion. So examination of the patient and review of medical records, whatever record patient is having, review of that record or collecting information from the whatever record patient is having, like previous treatment or any diagnosis, previous investigation done. So this is about the assessment, observation of the patient, interview of the patient, family, collection of the information from the family members, friends, examination of the patient and review of medical records. Then what are the purposes of assessment? Why there is a need of nursing assessment? So we'll see that. So here it is written like to establish data about the client level of wellness, health practices, then past illnesses. It is a past illnesses and related experiences and healthcare goals. So what is the purpose of nursing assessment here? To establish the patient's wellness, whether patient is having illness or patient is well, and what is the severity of the illness, that is a level of wellness or illness we can say. Then health practices, what are the health practices patient follows, that we can see with this. Then past illnesses, whether patient is having any previous illness like diabetes, hypertension or any hereditary problem, any related addiction. So past illness, so it is a past illness, and related experiences of the patient related to health issues, and what is a healthcare goal, how we can identify the patient's need with the assessment, and what will be the healthcare goals. So this is the first purpose of assessment. Second, to gather, verify, communicate data about the client and to establish data base. So here second purpose of the nursing assessment is to collect the information or to collect the data of the patient and verify the communication or whatever information given, we need to verify and communicate it. Then we can have the database or we can collect the information and we can keep in the patient's file, maybe hard copy or soft copy, so that other people can refer this information, which will be useful for the further treatment of the patient. Next we will see what are the types of assessment. What are the nursing assessment and its types. First is the initial assessment. Initial assessment, we can see initial assessment, that means patient is come to the hospital and initially like starting it is the initiation phase or starting of the care when patient enter to the hospital or OPD or casualty. So we need to take the history, that is initial assessment. Problem focus assessment, like patient is having breathing problem or patient is having fever, so it is problem based assessment. Next, emergency assessment, when patient comes with the like myocardial infarction, patient comes with the road traffic accident, so we need to assess the patient's problem, that is emergency assessment, and provide the emergency care. Time lapse assessment, like already patient is come with the some complication and patient is come to the hospital in emergency room, so we need to assess the patient, that is called as a time lapse assessment. So there are 4 types of nursing assessment: initial assessment, problem focus assessment, emergency assessment, and time lapse assessment. So we'll see first what is initial assessment in detail. What do you understand with the word initial? That is starting phase. So assessment performed within the specified time on admission. Very specifically at the time of admission, when patient comes to the hospital, initially we take the information from the patient. That is the assessment performed within the specified time, that is at the time of admission. For example, nursing admission assessment. So if you see nursing admission assessment, that means at the time of admission we take the proper history of the patient, head to toe examination, we note down that, called as a nursing admission assessment. So this is about initial assessment. Next is a problem focused assessment. Problem focused assessment used to determine the status of the specific problem identified in earlier assessment. So problem focused, that means already I said, it is related to assessment of some specific problem of the patient. For example, abdominal pain. Patient is having abdominal pain, and how we are going to assess with the abdominal pain? Mainly we need to concentrate or focus on the problem of the patient. So that is problem focused assessment. For example, again, problem on the urination. It is written here. Problem on the urination, that is assess on the fluid intake and urine output early. So we need to assess the intake and output of the patient, urine output and intake of the patient. So we need to assess according to problem of the patient. That is called as a problem focused assessment. Next is a emergency assessment. Emergency assessment, that means in emergency patient comes to the hospital and there is a immediate assessment of the patient. So we can start with the treatment and control and prevent the complication of the patient. So here rapid assessment done during any physiologic crisis, physiological problem or physiological crisis of the client to identify life-threatening situations. Like for example, patient is come with the road traffic accident and having breathing problem, bleeding, and there are so many problems with the circulatory problems, respiratory problem. So we need to assess the patient very immediately and then maintain the circulation and breathing pattern so that patient can prevent, patient doesn't go in some complications. So emergency assessment. Next is a time lapse assessment. Time lapse assessment, that means there is a reassessment of the patient. Already the patient is suffering from something and then treatment is given and again patient need to reassess. So reassessment of the client, that is functional pattern of the health. Or after the several months patient comes to the hospital, initial assessment is done, treatment is given, but we need to compare the baseline data with the previous data and the present data. So we need to assess the patient, that is time lapse assessment. For example, like a tuberculosis patient. In tuberculosis patient, like patient is on the anti-tuberculin drug and it is started and initial assessment is done for this patient and again patient comes after 3 months. So we need to reassess the patient whether patient is having same symptoms, there is recovery of the patient or any complication. So we need to assess for this also. So time lapse assessment. So next we will see steps of assessment. So what are the steps of assessment? So there are mainly 5 steps of assessment, nursing assessment. That is first, collection of data. Second, validation of the data, organization of data, analyzing of data, recording or documentation of data. So there are 5 steps of nursing assessment. So we can call it steps of nursing assessment are divided into 5. Collection of data, validation of data, organization of data, analyzing of that information, that is analyzing data, recording, documentation of data. So 5 steps, we'll see one by one in detail. So what is collection of data? Collection, the word itself says collecting the information. Collection of something, collection of data, that is collecting the information, gathering of the information of the patient. So here gathering of information about the patient, which will include the physical information that is related to patient's body, what are the signs and symptoms, whether patient, weight of the patient, height of the patient, age of the patient, or patient's some symptoms. So physical includes physical data, that is patient's information related to physic. Or second is psychological. Psychological in the sense mental health of the patient. So we talk with the patient, assess the patient's information, psychology of the patient, or mental status, mental health of the patient we need to assess. Then emotional information, that means whether patient is stable, unstable, patient is having anxiety. So emotion related information we collect under the emotional data. Socio-cultural, that means social and cultural information of the patient, background, social background of the patient, whether patient is social, patient is communicating with each other in the family, how is the relationship in the society. Cultural, what are the cultural values patient has. So socio-cultural information. Spiritual data also we have, like some patient have a spirituality or they follow some spiritual values, so we need to respect that patient also. Then patient that may affect the patient's health, whatever information we collect, like physical health, maybe socio-cultural health or spiritual health, psychological, ultimately it is going to connect with the health status of the patient. So collection of data, that is the first information of nursing assessment. Second is continuation with that, we can have a further information under the collection of information related to health issues, like past history of the patient. Past history of the patient may be medical disorder, surgical disorder, any hereditary disorder, or patient is taking treatment for any problem, we need to take the history of the patient. Next, we can have the history of any allergic condition, or patient is allergic to any drug, any food items, or allergic to any insect bite or anything related to allergy, we need to collect the information. Past surgery, patient has undergone any surgery, we need to collect the information about surgery. Then chronic diseases, whether patient is suffering from any chronic diseases, we need to take the history, whether patient is suffering from hypertension, thyroid problem, diabetes, or any blood related disorders, communicable disease. Then this collection of data also include the current problems of the patient, present history of the patient, when patient is admitted, what are the signs and symptoms, how frequently patient is suffering from that sign and symptom, when the onset occurs, what are the related problems, whether patient is taken any treatment for that particular problem. So that is current history of the patient. Present problem related to patient, like patient is having pain, abdominal pain, for example, when pain is started, what was the onset of pain, how it is, severe, mild, moderate, which factors are increasing the pain, which factors are decreasing the pain, which position is increasing the pain. We need to take, like for example, nausea, patient is having sleep pattern related history, how many hours patient sleeps, whether patient is having stress, or patient is having any religious practices, whether patient is taking any treatment for any problem or present problem. So we need to collect the information related to this also. Then next, under the collection of information, what type of data we are going to collect? There are two types of information we collect when we talk about a nursing process. So when we talk, that is the first aspect, nursing process, which we will have a nursing assessment. Under that, we are going to collect the two types of data, that is subjective data and objective data. Subjective data, that means subjective, that means client itself or patient itself himself explain that I am having pain in abdomen, I am suffering from headache, severe headache, I am having insomnia. So that means subjective information of the patient. Patient gives information related to his problems. Then objective data, that means we collect the information, we find out the patient's problem. Like we check the blood pressure, that is like it is 80/100, that means increase blood pressure. We check the temperature, that means increase in body temperature, that we find out the patient's problem, that is objective data. So objective data itself, like we identify the patient's problem and then we come to the conclusion that patient is having these problems. That is, for example, already I said, like patient is having temperature or patient is having fever. So we identify high blood pressure, low blood pressure. These are the some of the examples of objective data. or some investigations also, we rule out there is some abnormality with the patient. So this is related to objective data. So next we will see in detail what is subjective data, like patient symptoms of the patient, then information from the patient, that is like patient is having some problem, he describes that this is my problem and I am suffering from this problem. So that is information from the client point of view are described by person experiencing it, like abdominal pain or something related to very abnormal anxiety and all these things. Then information supplied by the family members also we need to have a under subjective data, significant other and other health professional, like for example whoever gives the information about the patient, maybe patient himself, herself, or relatives, or nursing staff, or other health workers, like for example pain, dizziness, tinnitus, these are the examples of subjective data. Next is a objective data. What are the examples of objective data? Sign of the patient, some of the sign of the patient, then it is detected by observation or it is measured by the some investigation or test, like for example patient is having diaphoresis, severe sweating, patient is having high blood pressure, yellow discoloration of the skin. So these are the some of the examples of objective data. So we have seen under the types of data, subjective data and objective data. So next we will see what are the methods. There are mainly three methods of collecting the information or gathering the information under nursing assessment, which is a step of nursing process. First step of nursing process. So first is the interview, second is observation, third is examination. So interview, observation and examination are the methods of collecting information or gathering information under nursing process, that is under first step, that is nursing assessment. So first is the interview method. What do you understand with the first method, interview? It is a planned interview. So we can say it is a planned interview, that is we plan some questions and we collect the information, gather the information while talking or taking interview to the patient. Maybe structured interview or it will be a semi-structured interview. So it is a planned, it is a purposeful conversation or communication with the patient to get the proper information or accurate information. So it is a planned, purposeful conversation or communication with the patient so that we can get accurate or related information from the patient, which will be helpful for the patient to get the early treatment and diagnosis for and treat the patient. Second is, this will also help to identify the problem of the patient. So when we talk with the patient, we come to know patient's problem and accordingly we plan the care, nursing care to the patient. Then evaluate the change to teach, like patient understand which language, how we can teach the patient, how we can communicate with the patient, which language, which type of language patient understand, we will come to know with this. Then we can provide the counseling and we can maintain the normal communication with the patient with this interview method. And it is also useful while taking the nursing history of the patient. So interview is the best technique when we want any information about the patient's problem, disease condition, progress, or to counsel the patient. Interview is the best method to collect the information. Next is observation. Like everyone knows, observation is already I said it is a head-to-toe examination which is used very cautiously, accurately to observe the patient, and we need to gather the information by using the five senses and instruments. So five senses in the sense for observation with the eyes, then we need to observe the head-to-toe examination, and we need to use some instrument to gather the information under the observation method. So second is observation method. Next is the examination. So examination, systemic data collection to detect the health problems, and it is used, some instrument are used. There are some specific questionnaires used to examine the patient, or steps used, we can say some procedures and steps are used, or some physical examination techniques are used to collect the information through the examination method. So this can be like lab investigation, specific abdominal examination, rectal examination, abdominal examination, eye ear examination, and along with that there will be some lab investigation. So examination is also one of the method of collecting the data. Then next is a cephalocodal approach. That means we can have a head-to-toe assessment, head-to-toe observation or head-to-toe assessment to gather the information and to collect the data from the patient. Second is body system approach. To collect the information, body system approach in the sense examination of all body system like respiratory system, cardiovascular system, digestive system, or eye, ear, nose. All these things can be examined as per the requirement or as per the type of health problem of the patient. Next is a review of system approach. Examination of specific part which is affected. Only affected part is examined. So that is a review of system approach. That examination of only particular area affected. For example, like abdomen is affected. So abdominal examination. Next, we'll see what are the sources of data. So how we can collect the data. So first is a primary source. So primary source that means the patient directly gives the information, or we can take the information directly from the talking with the patient, taking interview of the patient, or we can have information with the present reports of the patient or medical record. Next is a secondary source. What is secondary source? Secondary source is getting the information from different team members like nursing staff, family members, or related secondary records of the patient, previous records of the patient, charts of the patient, health team members, related literature, or whatever information we have, we need to take the information from that. That is a secondary source of information. For example, team member, nurses gives information about previous, like yesterday patient what had for the dinner, what was the patient's condition, previous condition of the patient, the information given by family member. So this is a secondary source of collecting the information. Next is a validation of the data, which is very important, second step. So first we have seen collection of data, second is validation or verifying of the information of the patient, which is like double checking, we can say double checking or verification of the information given by the patient. So why it has to be verified, why it has to be checked again and again? To check the accuracy of the patient, and we can start with the further treatment to the patient. So second step is validation of data. Whatever information collected, whatever data is collected, it needs to be validated or verified, we can say. Next is the purpose of data validation. So what are the purposes of validation of the data? To ensure the data that collection is complete, whether data is collected or whether it is a complete data, complete information we have received, whether it is incomplete or complete, we need to identify. Next, to ensure that the objective and subjective data agree, or we can say we can compare the subjective and objective data, so we can see the accuracy of the information. Then to obtain the additional data that may have been overloaded, whatever excess data or unuseful data we can delete or we can minus from this, avoid jumping to the conclusion. So we need to have the data collection in a stepwise, so that there should not be like from the jumping of the data from the, or we should not skip any information of the patient, or we should not miss out any information of the patient. Then next is differentiate cues and the inferences, whatever like differences are there, or we need to differentiate the data, like this is a physical data, this is a mental related data, this is a financial, cultural. So we need to segregate or separate the information. For example, like here I have given some example, red swollen wound, like patient is having redness of the wound or swelling of the wound. So we can identify patient is having infected wound, or pus is coming out from the wound is swelling, or there are chances of getting perforation or sepsis of the wound. So we can identify that patient is having infected wound. Like for example, second example, patient is having dryness of the skin. If it is checked, there is a dryness of the skin, so we can identify patient is having Dehydration, patient is having dehydration. So these are the some of the examples we need to validate or verify or compare. So there is a need of validation of data after collection. Next is the organization of data, which is very important. We collect the information, we validate the information, but we don't organize. So we need to organize the information so that it will look systematic and plan the care nursing process in a systematic way, or priority we can give for the patient as per the patient's need and problems. So organization of data, so it is like we can say it can be in a computerized form or maybe it can be a written form, but it will be very systematic, organized information. Like first we can have a health perception, that is health management pattern, nutrition related information, elimination related information, activity exercise pattern, sleep and rest pattern. So we go according to sequence: health perception, nutritional problems, elimination, activity intolerance, sleep. So this looks like the organizational or systematic way of maintaining the data of the patient. So organization of data is also important step in nursing assessment. So next is a continuation with that organization of data. There is a cognitive information. We need to cognitive perceptual pattern of maintaining the information, self perception concept pattern, role relationship pattern, sexuality reproductive pattern, coping and stress tolerance pattern, value belief pattern. So why this pattern or systematic way of maintaining the record is important? To organize the data, and we can formulate the nursing diagnosis, plan the care in systematic way, implement, and patient will have a effective care, nursing care. Next is analyze the data, analysis. Analyze the data, that means comparing the data against standard or identify significance cues. So we need to identify the or compare the data with the standard protocol or standard identification of the data. Like for example, patient is having vital signs, like patient is having fever like 102 degree Fahrenheit fever. So we should know the normal body temperature. So we need to compare patient's normal data, normal values and then abnormal values. So vital signs, or there is a specific height and weight for the patient. As per the height and weight, we can calculate BMR. So how it is compared with the normal and abnormal. Some laboratory investigation, there are some normal values like hemoglobin level, how much it is to be, BSL, fasting blood sugar, how much. So we need to compare with the normal and patient's value. So analysis of information is also important steps under the nursing assessment. Next is a recording and documentation of data, which is a key of nursing assessment, and it is the initial part of nursing process. Recording and documentation of data is very important. Please underline. Nurse record all data collected about the client's health status, maybe normal data, psychological issues, any physical issues, any deviation from the normal to abnormal. So we need to have an accuracy of the data so everyone can refer and then treat the patient promptly. Data are recorded in a factual manner, not as interpreted by the nurses. It is a factual. Like blood pressure is 150 by 100. That means it is a 150 by 100. There is no any variation or there is no verbal report. It is accurate or factual information of the patient. Record subjective data in the client's word. Like when we are recording the objective data, that means it will be maximum time in number forms or any symptoms of the patient. But when we record the subjective data, it has to come in the word what patient says. So recording and documentation is data is one of the key aspect of nursing assessment. So friends, today in first session of nursing process, we have seen nursing process and what is the definition of nursing process, what is the purpose, what are the purposes of nursing process, what are the steps of nursing process, and then we have started with the nursing assessment, which include definition of nursing assessment, steps of nursing assessment, then type of data. Under that type of data we have seen the collection of data, recording and reporting of the data, analyzing of data, what are the methods of collecting the data. So today we have seen about the first step of nursing process, that is nursing assessment. So friends, hope you understood today's topic. That is the first step of nursing process, that is nursing assessment. And if you like this session, make sure to click on the bell icon so you will get the day-to-day updates of my sessions. And please don't forget to subscribe my channels. Thank you. Take care. See you soon in next session.